Y'all, it's your girl Sasha E. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing my makeup routine. So this video is highly requested. I feel like every time I do a video where I have some makeup on, somebody requests for me to show my routine. I will say I was a little nervous to do this video. I'm not too sure why I was nervous, but I was. But I finally given in, and I'm going to give you guys what you want, which is my makeup routine. So I have to preface by saying I am not a makeup guru. I do what I can to look the way that I want, but by no means am I a makeup artist or a makeup guru or anything like that. So as far as what's going on with my skin, you guys, I did wash my face. I haven't moisturized my face or anything yet because I do like to do my eyebrows before I moisturize my face, because if I don't, my eyebrows gonna be slipping and sliding. So let's get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get started with my eyebrows first. So I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. pencil. I get these, I buy these in bulk, you guys. I buy these for $2 a piece at Walmart. This is their instant lift brow pencil in the color neutral brown. So I like to take the spoolie side and I like to just lightly, you know, comb my brows out. And I do get my brows waxed. I get them waxed like every 3 or so months. My brows don't really grow that quickly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line underneath, line the top, and gently fill it in. So I do like to start, gotta have my mirror close to me. So I am going to start from about right here, and I'm going to just line underneath. See, it's coming into form already. So now we're just gonna lightly fill it in. Bam! Just like that. See? Major difference, right? So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And I have to, y'all, I'm nearsighted, so I have to keep the mirror like super close to my face in order to see what I'm doing. Looking pretty good. What y'all think? Looking pretty good, right? Alright, y'all, I think that's good enough as far as the fill-in portion of the brows. Again, you want them to look as light and natural as possible. You don't want them to look super harsh. You don't want nobody asking you if you tattooed your eyebrows or nothing like that. You want them to be light and as natural as possible. So I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm actually going to just comb it out a little bit. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to conceal my brows. So this is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the color Fawn. So I picked this up from my local beauty supply store for $2.99. So it's very inexpensive. So now I'm going to conceal underneath my brows. So hopefully you guys can see. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a squeeze. And then I'm gonna line underneath.
All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug.
And then I'm also gonna go up top.
I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you.
Just like that. And then I am going to take my little brush and I'm gonna blend that in.
Yeah, you always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out. can't stop thinking about
So it looks really, really good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side.
you. Make me wanna stay in all day. You're the reason I can't get out of my head. I just can't stop thinking about you. 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 I just can't stop thinking about you.
Alright, so that's how they look. I think I made a little bit of a boo-boo on this one. So I'm just going to correct that really, really quickly. Alright, y'all, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that looks really, really good. All right, so now we are gonna move on to my eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna get that same concealer, you guys, and I'm gonna put it on top of my eyelids. Just gonna press a little bit and put it on my eyelids. So the palette that I'm going to be using is the Too Faced Natural Lush palette. I actually picked this up from Marshall's for $29.99. I bought this like a year ago, you guys, or maybe not a year. Actually coming up on a year ago, you guys, and this is actually the only palette that I own. I don't buy a ton of makeup, and I generally use the same products over and over because, as many of you guys know, I do have acne prone skin, and I'm very like nervous to try new things on my face. So whenever I find something that works, I use the same thing over and over and over. So this is the Too Faced Natural Lush palette. Let me open it up and show you guys how it looks. So this is it right here. I think the colors are beautiful. Very natural colors. This blue color is the only color that really pops when I use it, that doesn't really look natural. And I've used this when I did my halo braid tutorial. I used this blue color like as the main eyeshadow color. So I'm going to try to replicate the look that I did in my last tutorial when I showed you guys how to do these crochet braids. So I'm going to be using, I think, 3 colors from this palette. I'm going to be using Hot to Trot, Spank Me, and I'm also going to be using On Fire. So I'm going to start off with using Hot to Trot and Spank Me. So I'm going to mix those 2 colors together, and I'm going to put it right here in my crease. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, y'all, I think that's good enough. I always say it's good enough and then I keep adding more. Isn't that crazy? Alright, y'all, I think I'm content with that. So now I'm going to take another brush and I'm just going to go in with On Fire, this orange color right here. It's like a bronzish orange color, but I think it blends well with my natural skin tone. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my lid. This is the same look that I did in last tutorial. when I did when I showed you guys how to do these crochet braids.
Butterflies every time I'm with you. I don't wanna push you farther away, no, I don't wanna play no games.
Looking pretty good.
All I wanna ask you is, I don't wanna push you farther away, no, I don't wanna play no games.
Yeah, looking pretty good. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Perfect. We don't want too much. We're not trying to do too much. We're trying to keep it natural looking, very cute, very clean, super natural. As you guys can see, this is like an earth color, a brown tone. It looks really good. So then I'm gonna go back over with a little bit of the brown, so a little bit of the Hot to Trot and Spank Me, and just put a little bit right here. And do the same on the other side. All right, there we go. So now I have a lot of glitter on my face because of the eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna go on with some makeup wipes. I get these from Walmart for 99 cents. And I'm just gonna wipe off the glitter from underneath my eyes. Alright guys, so I'm just going to take this pencil here. It is rubbed off, but it is a Wet n Wild pencil in the color black, and I'm going to use that as my eyeliner. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a cat eye and just try to line it as best as possible.
'Cause I don't know how this gonna end. Oh no. Tell me now, tell me something. 'Cause I don't wanna be just friends. No, no. Yeah. Hear me out, like I make you do the craziest thing.
So I'm going to do the same for the other eye.
I didn't mean to hurt you, babe. Oh no.
Alright, so I am back. So now it is time to add some moisture to my face. So I'm just going to go in with the CeraVe PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. This is ultra lightweight. Take a few pumps. So next I'm going to go in with my NYX Shine Killer Primer. So this is actually the first primer I've ever used, you guys. Like, I used to be one of those ladies that would just put foundation straight on my face, but I have learned, I know that you have to put a primer on before. So I am using the NYX Shine Killer, but I think it's alright. I think there are better primers out there. So once this is done, I think I'm going to try the Becca Cosmetics primer because I've heard amazing things about that primer, and I have very, very, very oily skin, you guys. Within hours of putting on my makeup, you're gonna see oil here, and I don't like that. So after this is done, I'm gonna definitely try out the Becca Cosmetics primer and see how that goes. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this all over my face. So the foundation that I'll be using is this Maybelline Matte Poreless Foundation. This is in the color 338, which is Spicy Brown. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to shake that up. And then I'm going to take my applicator sponge. I think that's good enough. I'm gonna put it all over my face. So then I'm gonna take my makeup brush. This is by Sonia Kashuk. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm just going to take my makeup brush, my foundation brush, and just blend that in.
I just wanna go over the details. Let me inside of your mind. I know I just met you, but something tells me that you might be into talking to a stranger with a tattoo. Baby, I'm one of a kind. There's a reason we're here, there's a vibe in the air that neither you or me could deny. Boy, I see how you stare up and down everywhere.
I got makeup all on my little robe. That's alright. I'll wash it after this.
Let's just say what we want. Come on, spit it out. You and me both got the time to try to get to know each other's mind.
Alright, y'all, so I got my foundation on, so now I'm gonna conceal. I'm gonna add some concealer. So this is the concealer that I usually use. This is the Maybelline New York concealer in the color 40. This is the color Caramel. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe not. But since I'm running out, I did pick up this one today. This is the CoverGirl Full Spectrum Coverage All Day Idol Brightening Concealer. This is in the color Medium Neutral. I don't know if this is gonna be too light for me. I'm not sure. In my eyes, they look like the same color, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna apply the Maybelline first and then put the CoverGirl one on top of it. We almost done. It's barely nothing in here. Try my hardest to get it out because this is what I usually use, so I want to show you guys, you know, what I use on a regular basis, you know. Trying to thin you today, but when I went to CVS this morning, they didn't have the Maybelline caramel color in stock. I think that might actually be enough. That might actually be enough. Yep. And then I'll put some down here. Put some down the bridge of my nose. And then I'm gonna put a little bit up here. So then I am going to get my sponge. And I'm gonna wet it with my spray bottle. It's only water in here. And I'm gonna start blending it out.
Don't take it personal, I ain't lying, I ain't hiding, I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning. I'm writing rhymes in the
I'm just patting it in and blending it out.
Faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Taking time out to be and live my life off screen.
So now I'm going to go in with my translucent powder. This is from Mercier. So this is probably the only high-end product that I use. I do have another translucent setting powder from Wet n Wild, and that works pretty good as well, but y'all, I cannot find it and I just needed to get the video done, so I'm just gonna go in with the translucent powder. I do like this one better because it does make my under eyes look brighter. So yeah, I always grab for this one first. I'm pretty much just gonna set my face, all the areas that I put concealer.
Soak in the moments you live in, yeah. You got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, baby, don't check for me. Taking time out.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna go in with my contour. So this, what I'm gonna be using is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette from medium to dark. I got this from Target, probably $8, you guys. All the products I use today, y'all, they are like under $10. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in with this contour color. It's the darkest color here. I'm gonna take this brush. It's like an angle brush, if you guys can see. I got these brush sets from Amazon, so I'll link all the brushes and stuff that I use down in my description box. And I'm just gonna lightly tap it, you guys, just lightly, and blow it a little bit. And I'm gonna start just applying it here, up where my edges are, just to give my face a little bit of warmth and also some dimension. So I'm just tapping it in. So now I'm going to take this side of the brush right here. Just going to tap it a little bit. And then I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So then I'm going to take a little bit more. And I'm just gonna darken right here. So now it's nice and dark. So now I'm gonna go in and just blend out right here. So now I'm going to wipe away the translucent powder. So I'm going to be using this brush here. Just going to wipe it away, you guys. So we're looking pretty good, you guys. So now I am going to use a little bit of blush. So this is a blush that I'm using. This is from Black Radiance as well, and it's in the color Toasted Almond. So this brush, y'all, is so raggedy. But it's like my favorite brush to use with my blush. So I'm just using a little bit. Give me a little bit of a toasty cheek color. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright guys, so the next step for me is I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara. So as many of you guys may or may not know, I generally don't wear falsies in any of my videos. If you see me with falsies, which is rare, it's because my baby sister put them on for me or somebody else did. But generally, I just wear my regular lashes. So I do like to go in with a mascara. This one has been rubbed off as well because this is pretty much the only one that I use. But this is by Milani. This is their mascara in the color black. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start coating my eyelashes.
There's no need to bring it up. Nothing you say makes it better. Wrecking ball.
Can you guys see a difference? Not really, right? gotta put on like 3 coats. Alright, so now for my second coat. My lashes are pretty long, you guys. So now I'm gonna do a second coat. It helps me to kind of look down a little bit and then do my lashes instead of like looking up.
I never wanna give you up.
Okay. I got makeup all on my robe, but that's alright. Makeup all on my robe. Just dab myself.
Wreck and roll, tear apart, issues left behind, restart. Nothing you say makes it better.
So now I'm gonna do my lower lashes. I always put on this like surprise look when I do it. And then I'm gonna do one more coat up top. So now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of highlighter. I'm using the same black Radiance True Contour palette. And then I'm gonna take a little brush, if I can find it. Okay. So yeah, so now I'm gonna go in and do some highlight. So I am going to be using this color right here. Again, it's very earthy, very natural looking. And I'm gonna first put a little highlight underneath my brows. Bam! That looks so good, y'all. Wow. Yes, baby. We shining. Okay. Put some over here. Just a little bit. Yep, just a little bit. And then I am gonna do my nose.
Keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you.
Then I'm gonna do my cheeks.
I'd rather be on that way, trying to control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night.
Alright guys, so now we are moving on to the last part. We're gonna do my lips. So I usually like a neutral lip look. I usually use a lip gloss, you guys, on my lips. But before I put the lip gloss on, I do want to line my lips. So this is by Wet n Wild. And y'all, I didn't realize how much I use Wet n Wild until doing this tutorial. Like, I use majority of their products. But yeah, so I'm gonna go in with Wet n Wild. I'm assuming this is in the color brown. The color rubbed off, so I don't know, but this is a brown pencil. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna line my lips.
I'd rather be on that wave, trying to control our emotions.
This is actually eyeliner, but I'm using it as a lip liner.
But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead. We could go all night.
I've been calm, cool, collected, but you pushing on my nerves.
So then I'm gonna use my fingers and actually just smudge it out.
In the tone, in the presence, I get careless. Long as you know I come with imperfections. When you look at me, you see the soul through my flesh. You something special. Know you looking bomb, the way you dress it, gone, flex it, hold it still.
So now I'm gonna go in with some lip gloss. This is from 24 Karat Collections on Instagram. I'll have her information listed down in my description box. And I'm just gonna add some lip gloss, y'all. I know most people like lipsticks, you know, we're older now, but I've been rocking lip gloss since I was like 4. So I've always just kept up with lip glosses, and I do prefer lip glosses over lipstick. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some of this.
We could share love in the ocean. I go insane either way, baby. We could go all night. We could go all night. We could go all night. Do we heal? Do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night.
Alright, so my lips are looking really good. So last but not least, I'm gonna go in with my NYX Matte Finish Finny Spray. Oh, Finny Matte. Oh, I guess that's in another it's in another language. But alright, so I'm gonna go in with my NYX Professional Makeup Matte Finish Spray. So I'm just gonna close my eyes and start spraying, okay? And we're just gonna let that dry.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space.
Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and give your girl a thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment and let me know how you guys are feeling this makeup look. Also, let me know if you guys have tried the Becca Cosmetics primer. As I mentioned, I am looking forward to trying that primer next. So if you guys have tried it, definitely leave your review down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. I do post on Sundays, Thursdays, and occasionally on Fridays at noon Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
You're the reason I'm going out of my mind. I just can't stop thinking.